Today I'm going to share 7 tips and tricks with a bonus tip at the end of the video on how to get the most out of your Insta360 X3. So getting straight into tip number 1, did you know that you can use your AirPods as external microphones with the X3? So in order to do this, simply swipe down from the touchscreen and then hit the AirPods symbol. It will go into a searching mode. Open your case and just hold down the button on the back of your AirPods case and then wait for it to enter pairing mode. Your AirPods will show up, just tap, and then they're connected. From here, you can take the AirPods out of the case, put them in your ears, and you're good to record. This is particularly handy if you want to stand away from your X3 and still record audio from a distance. So speaking of audio, tip number 2 is that you can use voice commands with your X3, and they're actually really good. This is particularly useful if you have your X3 mounted somewhere where it's not super accessible by hand. For example, you might have it mounted on top of a helmet. To turn this on, again, simply swipe down and go to settings, and then scroll down to voice control, and there's a toggle to turn the voice control on. You can select the language and then it gives you a list of the different voice commands you can use. From here, you can simply just speak the command without any prior prompt, like start recording. And the camera will start recording. If you want to stop it, just say stop recording. And it's as simple as that. With voice commands, you can start and stop recordings. You can take a photo and you can even power down the X3. Shut down the camera. Tip number 3 is to use the quick menu button on the side of the camera to quickly change video modes. This is super handy if you have particular video modes that you regularly shoot on and you want to quickly switch between them, or if you want to save particular settings to a video mode that you particularly like. So in order to save a video mode as a preset, simply set up the camera how you want it. So I've currently got it set to hyperlapse mode, 5.7K, 25 frames per second. Then simply hit the Q button on the side of the camera. And from here, just hit the plus icon. Give the preset a name, so I might choose Customize 2. It will give you a preview of the settings that you've selected, and then just hit the tick icon. And there's our custom mode ready to go. In order to quickly switch between modes, you literally just have to press the Q button, and that will toggle between all your different quick modes. So moving along, did you know that you can lock the touchscreen on the X3? This is particularly handy if you don't want to bump any settings on your touchscreen while you're out shooting. In order to do this, again, just swipe down. And then here, there's a little icon that turns on the dive case mode. Now your screen is locked and you won't be able to accidentally change any settings. If you do want to change video mode while your screen's locked, just hit the power button and this will toggle through the different types of recording. Then if you want to unlock the screen, just simply swipe up and all of your settings are now accessible again. So number 5, did you know that you can actually use the Insta360 X3 for way more things than just for action footage? 4 different ways you can use the X3 that's not for action is number 1 for time lapses. So there's a dedicated time lapse mode on the X3 and it takes 8K time lapses. And this is great for footage of you, for example, doing something over a period of time, maybe for a sunset, maybe for a cityscape that's changing. Number 2 is hyperlapses. You can take some amazing hyperlapse footage on the X3. I've posted quite a few of these on my Instagram, so feel free to check that out. You can also use the X3 as a vlogging camera, believe it or not, considering it's got a great microphone and it's got that ultra wide view. You can easily hold the camera up in front of you and just use it as a vlog style camera. Also, if you pair the X3 with the extended edition selfie stick, you can actually use the X3 as kind of like a little drone and get shots that are very similar to drone shots. For example, here I followed my friend Sam on a run and got a shot that was so high up that actually literally looks like a drone is following him. And there are heaps of other ways that you can use the X3 for things other than action footage. Definitely check out the Insta360 Instagram page. They've got all sorts of creative uses for the X3. So tip number 6, did you know that even though the footage from the X3 is already really high quality, you can actually make it even higher quality with one simple setting change. To turn this on, simply swipe down, go to settings, scroll down to video bitrate, and then change from standard to high. Now this does mean that your file sizes will be a little bit larger on the X3, but the quality will be just that much better. So tip number 7, the AI tracking in the software on the Insta360 app and studio is amazing. But if you can't be bothered reframing your shot to look at yourself, then what you can do to skip that step is literally just put the X3 into me mode. To shoot this mode, simply open the menu, go to single lens mode, and then scroll over to me mode. And this is great because it keeps the camera constantly locked directly on you and you don't have to worry about any reframing in post. The footage is ready to go straight out of the camera. So finally, the bonus tip. Like I mentioned, I've done quite a few hyperlapse videos with the X3. My tip is if you want really smooth hyperlapses, don't use the native time shift mode on the X3, but instead use the standard video mode. And the reason this is because it gives you way more frames to work with. Now this will be a bit more work in post, but the results will be heaps smoother. And if you want to see a dedicated tutorial on how to create hyperlapses with the X3, then check out this video here. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you very soon in the next video.